Hey, greetings everyone. This is Mike. I'm coming to you from Samurai Geek Designs here in San Antonio, Texas, located at the shops at Garden Square. I'm still getting used to that. I used to say Wonderland Mall of the Americas for about almost 3 years. Now I need to get used to saying the gardens of the shops. What are we? The shop's at Garden Square. I'm sorry, it's been a year. We've been here for an entire year now. Um, that's amazing because it just went by really, really fast. Things have been going just as strong as they were at the old location, but it's just a little different. It's a little easier for me to get a full day in and a full day out. But hey son, how are you doing, little boy? You want to sit down here with Dad? You're going upstairs? Okay, be careful. I'm sorry, that was my little boy. It's kind of coming in here. But anyway, what I'm doing here today is I've already kind of started the weathering pattern here on the wings. I was about to start the fuselage now because I'm finally... I was held up here on this project because of the battery issue. This one needs to be hanging free from the ceiling, so in order to finally get that done, I had to kind of rework the idea of how this was all going to work. So anyway, we are moving right along. I have to rewire some LEDs, and then I had an issue with the fiber optics that I was using, and I'll pull this out because I actually had to pull all of the other fiber optics out of the cockpit. I thought something was going on. I thought the cat was doing it. I was blaming the cat for it, but and I just did it right now. But these fiber optics, I got these for the project from a well-known distributor here, and I'm not going to give out his name because it was an honest mistake. We have already resolved the issue, so I'm just waiting for the new fiber optics to come in. But these were brittle, and you could see, like, if I just bend it that much, they snap right in half. So I got to fix this issue. This would not have been good if I had sealed up this entire model and then they just snapped inside one by one, and that would have killed me. Because these models do not open up again. This is the 129 Revell X-Wing fighter. It's been out for a few years. This is the third build that we've been doing of this one for different customers. But so anyway, that was a big long rambling. That was almost 3 minutes of rambling. So what I've been doing here is let me show you on this wing first. I've added the wash. This is a mix of brown and black oil washes, and this layer right here is just to bring out all of the panel lines and all the detail that we want to focus on. And basically when I'm coming up, and the reason why I'm doing this over here is that it just breaks up all of that open wide spaces. This is a bigger model than the 1/72 and even the 1/48 scale X-Wings, and something at this size you need to diffuse it with some surface weathering. So this is basically one pass of just some modeling here, random modeling. And this is not the brush that I used, but the brush that I used had actually, it's a ruined brush. Basically, I had left it in some paint a few months back, and the brush is just really stiff, really hard, but it is just like this, nice and frayed. What you do want to avoid though, and the reason why I did not use this brush, is it's frayed, but you see that little lean right there, that little point here going off to the right? That could be a little problematic at times. You can probably get it to work with what you're doing, but You know, whenever you have a little lean like that, that means that the bristles are going off. You know, rather than straight out like this, the bristles are going off to the side like this. And when you do that, they're going to flatten out and they're going to give you that same shape everywhere you go. So if you have a brush that where the bristles are out and stiff, then you can lightly just put the tips of the paint, excuse me, the tip of the brush into your paint, and you just basically are just going to run along the edge here and just kind of, you know, jog it along. Don't go straight across. You need to jog it. But because of the frayed edges here, you will get all of these little different separations in the paint along with here too. This is all just hitting the paint straight down. There's no truly stiff stippling here because you don't want your brush to flatten out. You just want those little tough little frayed edges that are coming out to just touch here and give you this little texture here. You can also do this with a sponge. I've always had an easier time doing it with a brush, but I've done it to the bottom here, and I'm not doing it the same on every wing because, you know, you just want to keep it as random as possible. And the way that I do this is I just think, you know, every edge, everything that could have scraped up against something, bumped on something, or anything gets a little nick here and there. The leading edge of one of these panel lines, you can get inside on this edge and do your detail here. Leave this one and, you know, bare, but keep just moving it along. But that's kind of, this is step 2. I still have one more step to go, and that's going to be one more wash and probably just another diffusing to get all the colors to look right. Everything needs to come together in the end. So, but as you can see, I'm just adding spots of brown here and there just to simulate rust spots. You know, these are beat up, weathered, secondhand Army surplus fighters that the rebellion is using, so nothing is sharp, nothing is that clean. But anyway, guys, this is where I'm at on this one. I've also done it here. I've started working on the fuselage here, and because I have the colors set here, I'm going to start painting and weathering all of this out just to kind of have all of this top here ready for mounting. Now that we're not going to be putting the battery in here, I can close this area up, get all this into place and ready for paint. Or actually, it's already been painted, ready for weathering. Still have a few other things, like I said. The wiring is going to be done probably before this weekend. And once I'm done with that, I can get the rest of the model ready. And before I close it up, I just want to balance it out so that this X-Wing fighter hangs balanced, maybe at a slight angle where you can kind of see the cockpit and some of the details. But I pretty much want this thing to be flying straight. You know, I don't know if you know, Tim might be able to tilt it with another string at one of the ends of the wings, but you know, primarily I want this to set up nice and straight so that it looks like it's actually flying and not just hanging like that. So we have a little bit more to go on this one, but I assure you, Tim, I'm just about done. I just had to get through all of this drama with my dad, and now I'm back to work, man. I promise you, I'm gonna have this thing ready for you, along with the Darth Vader TIE Fighter. I haven't pulled it out yet because it's it looks ugly right now because I've kind of butchered the inside just to make room for the LEDs, but I'm gonna let those shine inside now to give you some a view of the cockpit as well. So that is coming along as well. So I have another few projects that I need to update you guys on along the way here, but I will have a little more of a progress report, and I'm going to try to incorporate a little bit more of what I do, how I do, along in these videos for you guys. I know some of you guys are asking me how I paint stuff, but oh well, here you go. ancient Chinese secret, Japanese secret. This is the Tamiya panel line wash. It doesn't work for everything based on some of my paint finishes. You cannot put that straight on an oil-based finish. It's going to pull it. So just watch out how you work. You use an acrylic base if you're going to be working on with these oil washes. Otherwise, I'm using water-based acrylic washes that I just mix here at home. A little bit of brown, a little bit of umber, raw umber paint. Excuse me. And then some dishwashing soap just to kind of kill the viscosity and let it kind of run into all the panels. And so it works, you know, but you just have to seal it all as usual when you're done. But these are simple techniques, and with a little bit of practice you can always get the same results that I get, good or bad. But you guys take care, have fun, take care.